Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Executive Director of MICHauto, Glenn Stevens.
Well, good afternoon. I didn't fall coming up the stairs. That's good. We're halfway home. Thanks for all coming today. We have a full house. I'm just going to take a few minutes to set the stage for you and to update you a little bit on some of the impact work that we're doing, thanks to the work and so the support that all of you, as either volunteers or investors, give us. First of all, thank you to the governor. This is significant news. This is a double and a triple down on our signature industry. We're proud to be at the table on it, and it's really positive news and big news. And second, thank you to Sandy for setting the stage. So to put it in context for you, we did a study last year. The economic contribution of the industry today is $225 billion to our state. If you look at the global industry, it's about a $3.5 trillion industry. If you look into the future and you add up these new technologies on top of the industry we know today, we're talking about a $7 trillion plus. So the economic opportunity is huge, and the risk of us not moving forward is even larger. So that's why we're here for this conversation today. You're going to hear from some great people. The other thing I want to talk to you real quick about is some of the work that we're involved with, and that is our advocacy, talent, mobility, and our convening power work. So as you know, some of you know, our original mantra was promote, retain, and grow the industry. It remains the same thing. We've just inserted that word mobility. So it's basically what we've been doing for the last 12 to 13 years since we had those beers in Tom's garage a few years ago. And some of the people who are in the room started off this initiative with us a long time ago. But we're also looking at what do we do for today and for tomorrow for advocacy, talent, mobility, and again, that convening power. So I just want to update you on a few things real quick. First of all, on the advocacy side, we have helped re-energize the Auto Caucus in Lansing. Senator Schmidt, Senator McMurrow, Representative Tate, and Representative Lilly make up the quadrant of the Auto Caucus, so to speak. It's bipartisan. It covers almost all the corners of the state, literally, and we really have them involved, and we're really happy to be supporting them. It's their caucus, but we're happy to be supporting them. We have a dedicated full-time advocacy person. Some of you may know him. Jason Puskas is here today. He's done a tremendous job not only working with the caucus, and also developing our policy agenda, which you will find in the book that you have on your table, which I'll talk about. The last thing we've been doing all over the state, and will continue to do, is to convene legislators on the important subjects. We were at Shape Corporation on the west side of the state not too long ago. Representative Tate came over. Representative Lilly ran the event, a great event. We're going to be doing one in Oakland County coming up here real soon. And very specifically, we're working on legislation on distracted driving. We're working alongside of Steve Kiefer and their foundation and other causes, and this is something we want to be at the forefront, is to bring meaningful legislation to Michigan for all of our benefit. The next thing I want to just touch on real quick is talent. We have a great team that works on this too. Jenny Orletsky from our team helps lead this up. She runs one of our great programs called Discover Auto. Some of you may have hosted this. This is where we help the intersection of the auto industry, the mobility industry, the tech industry, and primarily high school students, where we're bringing them into your facility. As Jenny runs this program, has done a great job with it. The other thing we're doing, you'll hear a little bit more about this, is we're partnering with CADIA, the Center for Automotive Diversity, Inclusion, and Advancement, to really bring meaningful discussion and action to this important issue. Another thing we're doing is working across the region and state. Primarily, we heard a lot of names earlier before, but I want to call out Doug Ross from the governor's team and Evan Anderson from Leo. We've been meeting, talking to CHROs across the industry, and we're going to continue to do that work as we work on the talent pipeline issues. The other thing is we support the Going Pro and the Reconnect program, and this is something we're very active in from a legislation standpoint and an action. Lastly, I'll mention on talent, I don't know if anyone's here today, but we've also partnered for some time with Global Detroit. Meaningful immigration reform, meaningful pathways for students, new Americans to come here. Michigan has to continue to be a welcoming state. It's what built this state, and it's what we're going to need going forward. So Steve Tabachman and his team is somebody we're really aligned with. Next, I want to talk about mobility real quick, another one of our core impact areas. Primarily, Devin O'Reilly leads this effort, but we have a team working on this too. One of our, what I consider to be a great success stories is our partnership with the Planet M team and the MEDC for the landing zone in downtown Detroit at the WeWork facility. 38 startups, 22 industry partners, co-located, over 100 bi-monthly mobility meetup people showing up where we have VC, OEM, suppliers, technology companies, as Devin calls them, making natural collisions and making things happen. And this is stuff that was never happened before. I do give, and I want to give Ted Serbinski from Techstars a shout out, because he really, really helped set the stage in Techstars. But now we've got an exploding ecosystem when it comes to startups in this new mobility and new technology and Industry 4.0. The Ford Corktown campus, the recent announcement of FCA and the Plug and Play and the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Council, their partnership to bring another accelerator. Around the state, there's a lot going on in this space, and we, along with our partners, want to make sure we double down on that. Lastly, to talk about convening power. It's really important to get the right people in the room, just like you are all here today, to talk about the key issues. So as many of you know, we are convening executives on a regular basis. We'll be doing it again at our MICHauto on the island at Mackinac Island. We'll continue to host CEO executive forums. We're meeting with the CHROs, along with the governor's teams and other teams. And we're really happy to announce, I know that Tim Mraz and Eric Eichard from The Right Place in Grand Rapids are here. MICHauto now has a presence in partnership. We have an MOU with The Right Place. We'll have office space in downtown Grand Rapids. And I really want to thank The Right Place and Birgit Close and her team, because there's a large part of our industry that's on the west side of the state as well as the rest of the state. So this will help us to connect and be more involved with the west side of the state. So thank you to them. On your tables, if you haven't seen it already, I'm sure you have, you'll see our annual Michigan is Auto and Mobility report. We use this to showcase our industry, our signature industry. It's very unique globally. And for the second year in a row, we partnered with a student and a university. Last year, we partnered with the CCS team. I know they're here today. But this year, we partnered with Lawrence Tech and Evelyn Curry. And I know Evelyn is here with us today, too. So I want to thank Evelyn. It's a really cool cover. It really shows what's going on in the industry. If you look closely, you'll see some companies and some things you might recognize. But it's really a great signature for our report. And when you look at this ecosystem, this is our summary of the last 2 pages. There isn't anything like this in the world. This is what makes Michigan unique. This is a great building block for us. This is what got us here. This is what's going to get us there. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming today. I want to really, really thank all of our sponsors and our team, our events team, our marketing team, and everybody that put this together. You have some really interesting people and some interesting conversation to listen to today. So thanks for being here, and I look forward to catching up with you later on. Thank you.